Hey, this is Nicole, and in this tutorial we'll be talking about switches and cases. You may have already seen this in my code, but I haven't explained what it is properly, so that's what I'll be doing in this tutorial. A switch and case is a better alternative than a lot of if statements, because if statements can get quite messy in your code, and it's not always a great look to have a lot of them. It can also probably slow down your program, and it's not good. So what it does is it lets you choose a parameter that you're looking for, and then in the curly brackets it lets you pick different cases. So as you can see here, I've got the parameter is in condition, which I've set up here, and then here's some different cases. So if it's set to go, it will run that code. If it's set to stop, it will run that code, etc. So as you can see, each case has a different value. The switch goes through the cases, or the switch goes through the values in the cases, looking for whatever the parameter is set to, and then it runs the code in that block. As you can see, there's a break statement at the end of every case. If the code's been run, it will run the break code, and that will tell it that it's already found the condition, or already found the parameter, so it doesn't need to keep looking because it's already there. If you miss that break statement, it will go on to the next case to check the parameter, even though it's already been found, which is kind of, useless, but that's why the break statements are there. Alright, so I'll give you an example with what I've got here. So here's a parameter. Here's what the parameter is set to. Okay, first it will start on the first case. It checks it, it's set to go. So that does not match the parameter, so it will go down to the next case, which is set to stop. If that does match, so it will execute the code that I've got in the case. As you can see, after that it's got a colon to show that this is the code. Now this is, just print something out, so it's not really much code, but this is just for an example. So it will print this out, and then it will get to the break, and it will tell it that it's already found the condition and not to look on the next case. So it won't even check this because it's already been found. And at the bottom you'll see a default case. Now this will be run if none of these are met, if a parameter does not match any of these. This will usually be an error message for incorrect input or something. In this case, I've put condition is invalid because it does not match any of the cases. Now I'll run this and show you what comes up. You should already know it will be this that comes up. The condition is stopped, but I'll show you anyway. And there we go, condition is stopped. Now if I change the value up here to something completely different, like fire, it does not match any of these cases, so it's going to go to the default. See, condition is invalid. Now, as you probably figured out, you could just use a lot of if statements to do this. Say if condition equals go, if condition equals stop, if condition equals pause, and so on. But as you can probably tell, that will start getting very messy if there's more conditions added, like later on in the program. It's easier just to add more cases. That's what switching cases are for. I'll show you what I've got in my game, because I've used it for selecting menu items. Now I better find that. Here we are. Okay, so as you can see, the parameter is the user choice, which the user will type in, because as you can see, I've got the user inputting it. I think it's further up where the user's actually inputting it, sorry. And here, for this I've just used integers, so you just type 1, 2, 3 in, so you don't actually have to type many words, so that's good. But See, it executes this method if it's case 1, it executes this if it's case 2, and so on. And the default case just says you've made an incorrect choice and sends them back to the start. So I do prefer switches and cases over many if statements because it's a lot tidier and it's easy to edit and stuff, but it's really up to you. I think it's a bit frowned upon having a lot of if statements, but it's really up to what you want to do. Right, so that's it for this tutorial, and the next tutorial will just be a review over everything we've done, maybe some stuff that I've missed out, and hopefully we'll have everything done by the end of the next tutorial. See you then.